The Dallas Cowboys were completely overwhelmed by the New Orleans Saints on Sunday at AT&T Stadium as the Saints dominated from start to finish, scoring touchdowns on 6 consecutive drives. The lopsided defeat left many fingers pointing at the Cowboys' defense for allowing such an offensive onslaught, but the offense wasn't without its own struggles. One glaring issue was the running game, which was ineffective throughout the contest. The Cowboys' rushing attack was nearly non-existent, averaging just 3.2 yards per carry as a team. Neither Ezekiel Elliott nor Deuce Vaughn managed to break off a single explosive run, with both averaging less than 3 yards per attempt. It was a tough day on the ground for Dallas, and the lack of production severely limited their ability to keep pace with New Orleans. Rico Dowdle, who led the team with a modest 30 rushing yards, was asked after the game to define the identity of the Cowboys' running back group. His response was less than reassuring. "I wouldn't say, right now. I wouldn't really have an answer for that question," Dowdle admitted. "We haven't had a lot of at-bats at the plate." While Dowdle's response may stem from the fact that it's only week 2, it highlights a concerning lack of clarity regarding the Cowboys' offensive identity. In a league where most top contenders have a defined plan of attack in the running game, Dallas appears to be floundering, unsure of who they are or what they want to be on the ground. The interaction was reminiscent of last season when star receiver CeeDee Lamb, after a crushing loss to the San Francisco 49ers, responded to a similar question about the offense with a blunt "I don't know." That lack of direction ultimately led to a major offensive overhaul as the Cowboys sought to revamp their approach. For Dowdle, who is now being viewed as a potential starting running back, not having even a generic answer like "we want to be physical" or "we want to impose our will" raises red flags. It suggests that the team, despite making changes, is still grappling with the same issues that plagued them during a lackluster 2023 season on the ground. Head coach Mike McCarthy's offense has shown little evolution in the running game, despite a poor rushing season last year. That lack of progress makes Dowdle's comments even more concerning. The Cowboys were expected to make adjustments and improve their ground game during the offseason, but so far, those changes haven't materialized on the field. In defense of Dowdle, he added a more optimistic note: "It's September, we've got a lot of football to play. As the season goes along, we'll define what our identity is more." While there's truth to that, there's plenty of time left in the season. The Cowboys' inability to establish an identity this early in the year could hinder their chances in a competitive NFC. Teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers already have clear visions of who they are offensively, while Dallas seems to be in search of answers. The Cowboys should have ideally figured out their offensive identity during the offseason. However, as Dowdle said, they now have to use the early weeks of the regular season to do so. One thing is clear: if they don't define who they are, and fast, it could spell trouble for their playoff hopes.